All right, thanks for tuning in to Leading Forecast, and it has been a cloudy, overcast day here across central Indiana, but let's take a farther look out. We do have some rain going on across the state, but it's out here across Missouri, Illinois, and even down into Arkansas, where we're talking about some larger thunderstorms. Let's go on over. This is the current radar picture out of the St. Louis area, where there are tornado warnings in effect currently at this hour, and are moving off to the northeast within the squall line that is developed and is eventually going to be moving our way. Severe thunderstorm watch in effect for the central portions of Missouri down towards St. Louis, Illinois. That's in effect until later on tonight. And we're going to watch the storms that are out there move our way. Severe weather risk here across central Indiana. We're not even in a slight risk today. In fact, the closest we're going to get to a slight risk is down towards Evansville and points west and south of that area. Going on over our current radar right now, you can see we do have some thunderstorms going on. Some bigger storms up towards the Muncie area, down towards the Knightstown area, and even some down here across Morgan and Owen counties. But as far as any kind of severe weather, we are not seeing that at this hour. Currently, we're at 61 degrees in Indianapolis, warmer down to the south and west, 68 in Bloomington, 70 in Terre Haute, and 60 up towards Muncie. Going on over our highs today, 70 degrees here in Indianapolis. Our warm spot was 73 up in Muncie, where we didn't get into those clouds until later. But taking a look at the current satellite imagery, you can see these are the big thunderstorms getting going down here across the western portions of Illinois into Missouri. Lows tonight, we think we're going to dip down into the mid-40s across most of the area, 47 across the central portions of the state, and then outlying areas probably right down around 46. Here we go. Let's go on over to radar. This is as we get into 8 o'clock. Here's that cold front that is starting to push through. Showers and thunderstorms still continuing to go along this cold front as it moves east. As we get closer into the midnight, into the midnight hour, here comes these showers and thunderstorms that are moving through, potentially a line maybe from I-70 southward. And as we progress through 1 a.m., 2 a.m., and 3 a.m., you can see these thunderstorms continuing to move through the state, mainly south of I-70, I think will be our best threat as that cold front moves through. But what we're watching here is this big low that's sitting right over the top of us here as we get into Thursday and Friday. That's going to continue our unsettled weather right on through the late week, maybe even the early weekend. Tomorrow we're going to warm up to 61 in Indianapolis, 62 in Bloomington and Columbus, 60 in Terre Haute in Muncie, and 61 in Lafayette, but we think that may come early. Look at these winds as we get into, or as we're at right now, these southerly winds blowing in from the south, bringing in some very warm temperatures, but look out to our west as we get into 11 o'clock. That's the cold front starting to push through Illinois, and that's going to bring us some cooler air as we get into the next couple of days, and as we get into 2 a.m., eventually into 5 a.m., there's that cold front pushing through the central Indiana area. But look what happens tomorrow afternoon about 5 o'clock. Instead of going on these northwesterly winds, we turn to a southwesterly wind. It doesn't keep us as warm as we were today, but it keeps us much warmer than we would be if that was swinging out of the north. The big thing we're going to watch, though, is this big 500 millibar low. It's up at the mid-levels of the atmosphere, and you can see some of these winds jetting in at 140 miles per hour at this time, and we're going to continue to watch this kind of rotate right over the top of the Great Lakes over the next couple of days, and that's going to keep us unsettled until that moves out of here about late Saturday, and then we'll watch the potential for a warm-up early next week. 5-day forecast here tomorrow, early high of 61. I think we'll continue to cool slightly as we go throughout the day. 51 on Friday, 60 on Saturday, and clearing finally. Sunday, clear 73 and 78, may even hit 80 in some places on Monday. We'll have to wait and see how that pans out with some increasing clouds.